Hi guys and welcome back to the Taste and Bloom kitchen. Today we are making this very soft and succulent Ghana tea bread. The twist is that we'll be using the fufu machine or food processor, so stay with me. So into my fufu machine, I'm going in with my bread flour. You can use all-purpose flour if that's what you have, okay? And then I'll go in with my salt. So I'm adding the salt and I'm going to use a fork to mix that into my flour because I don't want it interfering with my yeast, which I'm going to add next with some granulated sugar. I'm also adding some nutmeg, ground nutmeg, okay? Then I'll go ahead and mix these dry ingredients together. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Yasmi and I am Taste and Bloom. Yes, please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for coming back to watch my video. So once my dry ingredients have mixed together beautifully, I'm going to go ahead and add in my margarine. So you can use butter if that's what you have, but I am making Ghana tea bread and typically we use margarine. So if you can't find margarine where you live, you can use salted butter or unsalted butter. I'll go ahead and give these ingredients a pulse once again. So the measurements and all the ingredients will be in the description box. Please check it out and follow the recipe. Just a few ingredients and you have your succulent, your soft Ghana tea bread. It's one of our favorites at home. So as you can see, the ingredients have mixed together beautifully. I'm going to go ahead and add in some warm water. Warm water because that's what is going to help the bread to rise. That's what is going to activate the yeast, okay? So altogether, I used 1 cup of water, but initially I added 3/4 cups first because, of course, you don't want a situation where your dough will be too sticky because you added too much water. You can add in more water if the dough is too dry. So after adding my 3/4 cups of water, I went ahead to check on my dough and I realized it was too dry. So I used my spatula to clean the sides of my food processor or fufu machine and then went ahead to add in the rest of the water. So the reason why I decided to shoot this video was because I know there are lots of people who would like to make their own bread at home but dread kneading the dough. I'm one of those people, okay? So if you have a fufu machine, which most households have in Ghana now, and then you have a food processor as well, you can use that to make your bread dough and skip the process of using your manpower, your abasa, okay, your arms or your hand to knead the dough for about 10 to 15 minutes. So using the fufu machine, I blended or paused or whatever you want to call it. I used the machine for about 5 to 7 minutes and my dough was the right texture or right consistency I was looking for. So I didn't need to work the dough again. Look at how stretchy it is at the moment. Yes, your dough is ready. So I'm going to put the dough into a greased bowl and remember to also grease the surface of your dough so that it doesn't dry out when it's left to rise. So I gave this about an hour in a warm place, and when it doubled in size, I went ahead to shape my bread, okay? So with the measurements and the dough I used, I got 2 loaves. I mean, with the size I also used as well, okay? So 2 loaves of tea bread. So with this recipe, you don't need to make the dough rise a second time, but I decided that I wanted it that way, okay? So from here, you can just roll out your dough, form your bread shapes, and then put it in the oven. But once I formed my bread shapes, I left it again to rise for about an hour and then put it into my oven at 170 degrees for 20 minutes. I like my tea bread to have a slight brown outer cover because it makes it more crispy, okay? So this was it after some time in the oven, like I mentioned, 20 minutes. And let me know what you'd want to put in this tea bread because in Ghana, we do chibom, that's fried egg, okay, which some people call omelette. And then we can put in margarine or condensed milk or granite paste or peanut butter. And trust me, this tea bread is amazing, okay? So do try this recipe and let me know how it goes. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share when you are done watching. And until we meet again, please keep blooming.